Hey, perfect spirit. I'm Sam Shelley, and they call me the Miracle Man. Now, let's create a miracle in your life right here, right now. No time to delay. Let's do this. So, if you're new to my channel, welcome. I talk about getting rid of all that head trash. All those beliefs, those memories that are creating stress, worry, anxiety. We need to throw all that stuff out and tap into our true self, and that's the perfect spirit. We're all perfect spirit. Regardless of this body, the consciousness within us is perfect and it's never touched. But this mind will try to create darkness. So it's really the dark night of the mind we need to get rid of and tap into our light that never dims. So today I want to talk about, the group think, the collective think that gets us into trouble. And there's a saying, those that go with the flow go down the drain. So basically, if you're just going along with the group think, the collective thoughts of society, and saying, hey, does this really resonate with me? But let's beware of the reactive mind latching onto that. It's just like to step back from the group think. Everyone's doing this, but should I be doing this? Does this really resonate with me? Is this right for me? That we're here to be a unicorn, if you will, the one expression, the one unique expression of the perfect spirit. We're all individuals, but we're ultimately one. So as an individual, does this resonate with you? We don't need to go on to the group think. We can be our own voice. And we're meant to be our own voice. So just be mindful when you're falling into the group collective that's not really serving you. Just because everyone else is doing it doesn't mean it's right for you. And just imagine if everyone would step back and ask themselves, is this right for me? Why am I doing this? Does this feel right to me? And I don't think we really do that as a society because we are not taught to trust ourselves, to trust our gut, our instincts, that we're always taught to trust the knowledgeable ones, the more informed ones, the scientists, the doctors, whoever they may be. But that usually gets us into trouble. For my own self, I was always following my doctor's advice, and I wasn't getting healthier. I was actually declining in my health. But when I said, hey, wait a second, is this best for me? And I started to explore my own path, my own way. And then the body got healthy. The body healed itself. Because the inner wisdom within us knows the cure, knows the answers. But this mind is constantly guessing. So just be aware where you're falling into groupthink, the group collective, and say, hey, is this really the best answer for me? Because we see all this advertising, all this programming to get you thinking a certain way. Like a good example is like a car. All cars get you to point A to point B, but some advertising convinces you that this is much better over this. But is that really the case? Are they distorting information, distorting the facts? But we have to just ask yourself, what is best for you? And what is going to make you the happiest? Just because everyone is doing it doesn't mean it's right for you. And I just can't stress that enough, how important that is. That we're here to be a unicorn. We're here to be that unique expression. If we weren't here to be the unique expression, there'd be no need for the one perfect spirit to create all these different forms and different experiences. But it created that to have all those different experiences, not to follow all this group collective. And at times it's necessary, so we are a cooperative society, that we can get along and form bigger projects, that we're not here to be anarchists, if you will, to completely go our own way. It would be really interesting if we had to go fetch our own food, grow our own food, hunt our own food. That would be very supportive, if you will, wouldn't allow society to grow. So we need some cooperation, but we don't need 100% cooperation. And unfortunately, people are into 100% cooperation because mine were wrapped up in the whole all of our head trash. Think, oh, they know better than us. They know better than us. But do they really? If it feels right to you, then do that. Trust your gut. If it doesn't feel right, then said, hey, this isn't right for me. I'm going a different way. Going a different way actually is why you're here, to grow, to expand, to cooperate, but yet be that unique expression. It's confusing at times, but ultimately it's about trusting our own instincts, trusting our gut, and realize when you keep going with the collective, you're not serving your best interest in mind. So you have to look out for yourself, number one. Be kind and gentle towards yourself, and doing those self-care practices to realize that you matter, you make a difference. But you're not going to make much of a difference if you're agreeing with everyone and just going with the collective flow. You're here to make a difference. You being on earth is not a mistake. So make that difference. Jump outside that comfort zone. That you're here to be a unicorn. You're here to be a unique expression. You're here to march to your own drummer. You're here to align with your own flow, not the collective flow. Because the collective flow doesn't have your best interest in mind. Because you're the only one that lives in your body. So how could they know what is best for you? This really got me into trouble with my health, that I wasn't listening to myself, just following the advice of others. But they didn't live in my body, so why did I give them such implicit trust? Because I didn't know any better. You don't beat yourself up, you don't criticize yourself like, oh, I'm marching with the group, but wait a second, my path is over this direction. So that's about it. Marching to your own direction, marching to your own drummer, your own truth, finding your own way forward. But that's difficult to go against the grain. You have to stay in a cooperative, but you need to be your own expression. So it's finding that balance. It's finding that middle way. And sometimes you just have to go with them, but realize it doesn't really work for you, but you just have to be cooperative. But once you're not around the group, then you go your own way. Like with COVID, with everyone wearing masks, it's not really my thing, but I do it so I can go to the stores, can shop. But when I'm not around others, the mask comes off. Because I'm not in that fear mentality. And that's what we have to ponder too. We're in their fear mentality, a stressed out mentality. We actually make our immune system weaker. So I know if my body gets ill, a cold, a virus, whatever it may be, I have faith and trust in my own immune system to take care of it. But everyone needs to find that voice for them. That I've had many bad medical experiences. So I learned to step back, to be a skeptic, to ask questions, to see what kind of testing was done. What's the long-term data? If it's unknown, then you just have to go within and see what is right for you. And once again, it's always what is right for you. Because you live in this body. You inhabit this body, but this body will drop away someday. But we have to make the best use of this body by nurturing self-care so we can have the longest human experience as possible. So that's my wisdom for today. Take good care of yourself, and I will talk to you tomorrow. Just remember, you matter, you make a difference. Now just go be you.